Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Mindful Monday. And today we have a special guest, Donald Paul Jones III with Front Porch Alliance. How are you doing today, Donald?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. And how are you doing today, Marilyn?
I am doing amazing, and I'm excited to learn more about Front Porch Alliance on today, and as well as just share what all you guys are doing. I mean, so I know you're going to enlighten us with all the great works that you guys are doing, as well as how we can even be of support. Before we get there, though, I would love to just learn a little bit more about you, Donald. Can you share more about who you are and why Front Porch Alliance?
Okay. Well, who I am is I'm just a brother from the town. So I'm a Kansas City native, to be more specifically. I'm from Kansas City, Kansas. Grew up there, went to HBCU, had that whole HBCU experience at Alabama State University. And I arrived back to Kansas City. Well, it's been some time now, but around 2010. At that point in time, I started to work professionally in the world of public health, safety being a focus. So I was a public safety instructor slash engineer, car seat technician. I just did all things safety for the health department. And after that, I moved into the nonprofit world, serving agencies in the world of community engagement. Um, but all along that path, I always actually was connected passionately and talent wise to just the art of entertaining. So, public speaking was a part of that, acting, making music. I'm a pretty dope MC. I'm going to just take the opportunity to say that out loud. I'm nice with it,
Got
y'all.
it.
But as I start to circle back into the professional world of, serving organization or community, I knew that using my voice would be the skill that I had, the ability to deliver a message from one space to another. So from, the professional world down to the community level, or from,
Yeah.
you know, master's degree or educated people to just regular folk from the neighborhood. It's always been a skill for me to be able to transcend those types of boundaries through communication. And so when the
Nice.
opportunity arose for me to be here at Front Porch Alliance serving as a community connections coordinator,
Yes.
I was drawn to it because of the work that we do, but also just being kind of rooted in the fact that I get to once again just be my voice. I get to just serve as a mouthpiece, as that some might say, in a way that matters. And so, why Front Porch Alliance? Well, one, I'll keep it real. I know the executive director. And so Jatane Taylor is a very awesome and dynamic woman who is
Yes.
a very awesome leader. I understand that y'all are familiar. I understand that y'all are people. She was very excited to know that we had conversations in the midst. And so nonetheless, Jatane offered the opportunity. The organization was in need to fill that position. And it was in the lines with what I was looking for at the time. And so as I am approaching my 1 year mark here in this upcoming month, just glad to be here and be of service.
Awesome. Congratulations. And, and that's one of the reasons why today's message is a cause to action, needs of families and community. And I know you
Yes.
guys meet the needs of families in the East Side KC community. And so can
Yes.
you just share, like, what is your guys' focus at Front Porch Alliance?
Yes. Well, our focus is just to meet the needs of and the changing needs of Eastside, Kansas City, Missouri families or residents, and meeting those needs both at home and at school. Our goal is to supply the services and the resources to help people be the families that they want to be, you know. And so, going a little bit further into that, we do that through three main pillars of service, if you will. So the first being I'd say the babies. So starting in the beginning, from prenatal age, we start off with our neighborhood families department or division, and what they do is they serve with the early Head Start program. And so we do a home-based early Head Start program. which I think is very cool and unique because our mission, our goal is to meet people where they are. And so we also have a nurturing parenting program, and that is mixed in with the Promise 1000 programming. So basically, we are using a home visiting platform to help families to learn different ways, healthy ways to engage with their kids, whether that's getting them ready for school or to walk into school age types of programs, or just helping with the support of the types of services they need. Something that's cool that happens are play groups, or what we call weekly socializations. So we're literally just doing what we can to strengthen the family and their ability to interact positively with their babies or with the young folks at home. That way, when they're ready to go out to school, the family is confident and secure and empowered. Um, we also have youth journeys or our youth programs division. So that's moving up to school age kids. We say K through 12. Some of our programs are in school. Some of our programs are held during the summertime here at our site. They focus on STEAM initiatives. So we got a robotics team that we work with that just made it to a national competition. We have phonics programs that happen where we're teaching adults, caregivers, how to interact with kids in a way that makes reading fun. And we also have several other programs that happen throughout the summertime. So summertime, we have a filmmaking course. And we also have what we call porch storytellers. And so in those in those two classes, what we have is opportunity where professionals come in and help to instruct these young people in just the ways of expressing themselves creatively, whether it be, like I said, be through videography or maybe just storytelling, or even more creative things, hands-on creative things like quilt making, but just learning how to be self-expressed in different areas, because that's super healthy for kids, right?
Absolutely.
And then, yeah, our third pillar, if you will, is community connections, which I have the pleasure of coordinating. And in our community connections department, what we do is we engage with the community at large. We're out there in the streets. So one thing I get to do is leading door knocking campaigns. So that's very central to who we are as neighbors in the neighborhood. We're out here literally knocking on doors and talking
Nice.
to people about what we do to offer, what we offer, finding out what they need, if that's still relevant, and just making that connection. Because Front Porch Alliance is very much, we've been here, over 20 years, all right, since 1999. And for those that are close by, they definitely know who we are. But we serve, 64109, 64110, 28, and 30. So we're all the way out here. And our hope and our goal, our mission is to be as familiar with all the area we serve, just like those neighbors who are right down the block and know that we're a phone call away. And so door knocking is one way we do that. We also have a minor home repair program. And so I always break it down like, we don't want Granny up on no ladders. We don't want Pawpaw on no shaky steps.
That's
We
right.
have a volunteer-based program in which we go out weekly and we serve the community by helping to just secure those small minor home repairs that will make a difference for their safety and for their experience as homeowners. And so, yeah, aside from those two things, I get to do community events. I get to coordinate and host different adult education classes.
Yeah.
But, if you go back through the last 5-6 minutes I've been talking, we're busy folks over at FPA.
It sounds like it. And what I love is that you guys are really connected to families and making sure that they have the resources that they need to be successful as a family,
Yes.
whether that is with their young kids. So I just want to start there. What has been one of the challenges that your organization or even you have had when trying to offer the resources for the parents and the child for
Mhm.
your Head Start?
Well, one of the challenges, and this is I'm privileged to speak for them. I don't. I know that division has some very sound team members that are doing their thing, and one way that I have got to be hands on with them is to help in the way of recruitment. So we are at full capacity, which is a great thing. But sometimes just I think a general challenge that we face with our programs is being sure that people know about them. So a lot of times what I experience is people that are in need, they kind of arrive at our doorstep in an emergency space. They actually need something right now today. And can you do it or not is kind of the space in which we get to have that conversation. And if it's not a right away thing, perhaps we don't get to establish the relationship or the connection that would lead them into coming into our programs at the time when it's available or when they begin or what have you. But I will say that our team is now growing. So as far as our parent coaches and that nurturing parenting division, we're starting to get some of the help and support we need. As far as our staff is concerned, as far as our leadership is concerned. And so we're just going to continue to do our thing. We were in a staff meeting this morning, and we were acknowledging the fact that perhaps there's no such thing as making it there. Perhaps because our organization and our work is rooted in solving challenges or meeting obstacles and helping a family or ourselves get through them, we may just never be in a space where there aren't any. And that's fine. So I think the challenge that I would speak to, or put more foremost challenge rather, is just that of finding ways to continue to grow, whether that's expanding staff, our knowledge, our training, our ability, reaching out and establishing more partnerships that will allow us to meet a holistic range of needs. But I would say that is basically the thing is just to always be mindful that we are always moving forward.
Absolutely. And how can we, and when I say we, I'm talking about everybody who's watching, as well as potential community or potential partnerships in the community. How can we connect to help support move that forward? Like, where would we go to be able to connect, and what can we do?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm a basketball fan. One of my favorite parts of basketball is the alley-oop. I believe you just toss me an alley-oop, and I'm supposed to just go up to the rim and make that happen. So they can always reach us first and foremost by going to our website, www.frontporchalliance.org. You'll hear me say FPA, but Front Porch Alliance is the full word. You type that in, look at that, boom. And that's where you'll reach us. Now, our communications coordinator has our organization as a whole, but especially our communications coordinator has gone through great lengths to be sure that website is user-friendly and ready to fire now. So any of the programs I've discussed thus far, anything I might mention during our conversation is available there. Even links to get signed up if you want to volunteer, if you want to participate, that's also a very big deal. And so that also speaks to the question you just asked, is what are the challenges we face? And that is volunteering. We need the community who has the passion, who has the time, who has the desire to get in a hands-on space right at a community level to reach out to us. I also get to help with coordinating our volunteer team. And so if you would just reach us through the website, or I definitely add our phone number here, and that's 816. I got to read it because I got to read the main office number. All right, keep it real. I love it. All right, 816-921-8812. And either of those channels will get you directly to our programs, to the corresponding team or coordinator, and we'd be glad to have anyone.
Awesome. So there is the telephone number right there, 816-921-8812. And then just as Donald was stating too, that you can go to the website. And so, I'm always excited about this kind of stuff because I definitely understand, we're always in need for a Still hear me, Donald?
I didn't. I just now did. And I was like, in this moment in time, my job is to smile and nod as if nothing happened because I know we're live. So I just been doing this like, Lord, send that signal back through.
Well,
And here
thank you
we
for
are.
keeping that smile.
What else
Look,
can
I
you
was
do
gonna
when
keep
you're
on
live?
going, and I'm like, no, but that's when you know it's about to get good, right? And
Mhm.
so I know you guys are doing some great things in the community, as you guys already had stated. You guys also have different resources that you offer in the community as far as like workshops and stuff. So do you guys just offer those workshops just for the East Side communities? And I know you stated that zip code 64109, 112, 110, and 128. Can other surrounding communities come to that workshop as well?
Yes, I would very easily say yes. And you got to understand, I mentioned our territory, so just we can kind of just clarify for the general public.
Yeah.
That's mission based, that is organizationally, structurally based. However, we're not in the business of turning folks away. So if anybody would like to participate, especially in those things that are, adult education courses, um, we want the greater community to be served. And
Right.
the main concern we have is that these resources don't go to waste. So if there's a classroom, we want it full. If there is a program or there's space for enrollment in the program, we want it maxed out. We just want to be sure that we're actually out here doing the work that we want to. And when it comes to things like those community courses, we provide our own needs assessments. And so we try our best to be in tune and provide that which the community is calling for. And so greater participation helps us to know we're still on that track in that focus. And so that would be great. I encourage all who are hearing this and are interested in any way just to reach out, because we're not so big of a group or organization that we can't just work it out. So that is also a strength that we have, is because we're a smaller group, we are more agile, we're nimble, light on our feet. We can meet
Yeah.
you where you are or make a way if necessary. And so that's something I like about us. But yes, I would encourage all who are interested to reach out.
And you also had stated that in order for you guys to know like the needs of the communities, one of the outlets to get that information is door knocking. Is there any
Right.
other way that you guys find out what families in the community needs?
Yes. We are, no, I'm not going to skip it. I just had a strong urge. Let me just say one more thing about door knocking. We have
Okay.
a very aggressive and hopeful outlook and goal for this year.
Okay.
And we would like to touch 120 doors by the end of our fiscal year. So by July 1st, I would like to ensure that we have spoke to at least 120 different families about our programs. And
Yeah.
so that's a clarion call for volunteers. If you have that, you like that hands-on, face-to-face type of spirit or type of ambition, we have a place for you. I would love to load you up on, what it is to be shared about Front Porch Alliance, and then let's team up together and go out and knock on some doors. But another way, in addition to that, is by tabling at events. So community resource events, it could be perhaps one of those at the library, or we try our best to be in the network of nonprofits that are resource based, and be sure that when there's a table or a gathering or just some type of audience, whether it be captive or otherwise, that we're there with our staff, able to meet you in person and not only tell you about our programs, but be able to show you direct access to those programs. And so, yeah, we're very much about being face to face in that type of communication to gather that type of information.
All right. And what are some of the workshops that you guys have coming up that you still have space for, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are hosting a reproductive health class for women. And I'm excited about that class because I've got to meet a very awesome and dynamic team through that. So, in partnership with Planned Parenthood, we have a course that will be led by a very awesome health professional, Jakini. Jakini Minab is a holistic health professional. That's how I've been describing her. I hope you're cool with that, Jakini. But, you know, registered nurse, practice health professional, taught some of our staff here, got us CPR trained and certified. So just someone who has a passion for that type of work. But this will dive deeper into things like the X's and O's of reproductive health, sexual and reproductive health. And it will also get into some of the more, I would say intimate topics. And so I like to also say I'm not the facilitator of this women's health course. We have a team that's going to come in and there'll be representation. A cool way we've been spinning it is, look, it's a sex ed course. We have free food. We have free childcare. It is free to the public, and it's for Black and brown people by Black and brown people. And so, just making it very simple, there is a room for a very inclusive, a very safe space for conversations, and instruction to take place. And I just had the honor and the pleasure of facilitating that space. So just making sure that it's provided and that every need is met for all who will attend. But that next class will start on May the 18th. So on May the 18th, there's 7 sessions involved in the class. We'll be holding it on Thursday nights between 6 and 8 p.m. Doors are open at 5:30. Of course, we'll get childcare, we'll get food established, and then the course will take place about 120 minutes. But at the end, there's some dynamic literature that all the participants get to receive. They get some take-home materials, some practice at home, learn at home type of things, because there's homework. They'll be challenged in healthy ways to learn more about themselves and to speak more to those things that are needs as far as their reproductive health. And so I'm excited to see that out there. It's one of those classes that came from a needs assessment. So I'm looking for those who are interested. Please reach out, and you can find out how to sign up for that class also on our website.
Yes. And this is so needed. And, I think that we should have more healthy conversations over things that we normally don't talk about, right? Or that we're either ashamed to talk about sometimes, or maybe we just don't know about certain things, so we don't even want to bring it up. But then there's a lot of us who are going through some things that you're like, okay, but who can I talk to? But we do need to normalize having some of these type of conversations around women's reproductive health. And so I love what you guys are doing. Like you said, that's a needs assessment, an answer to a needs assessment that you guys have already done. And you said for 6 weeks?
7.
7 weeks.
Yes. And so there will be another course that does start up that happens. They're kind of staggered. So we got 2 different cohorts that are going to take place. One of them starts May 18th and it goes to June 29th. And so those are Thursday night classes. But then in June on the 13th through the 25th, we'll have another class that starts, and that'll be on Tuesday nights. So there'll be a couple of weeks where we have classes 2 times a week. But for the most part, if May looks like a better start point, please start then. If June looks like a great one for you. But the main thing is we want people to participate no matter what the situation may be. So I don't want anyone to say, well, I can't commit 7 weeks in a row, so I shouldn't start at all. If you think you can make it 2 out of 7, if you think whatever the case may be, we would like to have you and meet you again wherever you are with that. And so,
and you guys already overcame a lot of challenges that are usually mentioned when there are evening classes. One, childcare. You guys provide childcare, and then second, dinner.
Come on.
A lot of times, look, you overcame that. So the dinner and childcare is already being provided by Front Porch Alliance. So this is an opportunity not to pass up, because this is the way we get enlightened. We get strengthened, together as a community. And you know what? When we get strengthened individually, wow, how that can pass down to even our kids. So I love what you guys are doing with that workshop. Is there any other workshops that you guys have coming up?
Workshops. Well, I would say that as we prepare to move into the summer season, those who are interested in our youth programs should definitely be looking out to find out about signing up, getting enrolled into those programs. Or usually
it's coming up. Summer is right around the corner.
Yes, absolutely. So now is the time to reach out And Hannah, our youth journeys, our youth programs coordinator, is always happy to hear from young people and parents who are looking for educational, constructive, and fun ways to spend the summer with us. And the minor home repair season is about to kick off. And so
Yes.
I am doing an all hands on deck call for volunteers. I have a very seasoned volunteer staff who I'm looking to promote from workers to foremen. So if you follow
Okay.
me, I just need a little more life to come in here that those who can get on a ladder, you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying, to learn from those who should not anymore, and let the wisdom be passed, you know. And so not only is minor home repair season starting in May, where we go out every Thursday to work on homes. You can find out more information on the website there about that. But something very cool is event based. We have a Rock the Block event coming through
Nice.
as a partnership with Habitat for Humanity. We received a grant to participate, and whereas our team will go out and do one home every week or 2 weeks, now we're going to do 10 homes in one day. And I need
Now, what do
50
you mean?
volunteers. Go
Now, what
ahead.
do you mean when you say you're going to do?
We are going to address the minor home repair requests of 10
Okay.
homes at one time in one day. So, say I could work on a porch, that might take the 3 or 4 of us 2 or 3 weeks. What I'm going to do is build a robust, I mean, absolutely all out volunteer staff. Like I said, I need 50. I really need more than 50. But at
Yeah.
50, we can go out and we can address that scope of work for multiple homes in one day, as opposed to just doing what we can along the way. And so that will help us get caught up tremendously in the work year that we're facing with minor home repairs. But it also is a goal of just establishing what types of folks might want to volunteer for this. So hopefully we get 100 volunteers on that day, and
Yeah.
40 of them say, let's stick around. What are you guys doing next week? And so
Yes.
we also are going to have lunch served. We're going to do a big kickoff event to make sure everybody's all pumped up. It's going to happen on June the 24th. And
Okay.
on the 24th, we're going to meet at 8:30 and we'll stop work at 3:30 p.m. And so you can find the link for that to sign up as a volunteer, or if you are in the area that we're going to serve. So that's posted. I don't want to get into the weeds of that, but it's not far from Front Porch Alliance. So we're just over here between Highland and Wayne in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we're going to address the needs of hopefully all 10 homes are able to participate, but we're going to do as much as we can in that one
Nice.
day. So
Now, do you
please
guys
reach out.
already? I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you guys already have your applicants already picked out for the minor home program, or do people still have the opportunity within the community to apply?
Yes. So, great question, because we do have applicants that have applied, but there is a greater deadline of May the 12th. If you
Okay.
can turn in your homeowner application. So let me speak to that a little bit. Some of the requirements are that you are the homeowner. So unfortunately, if you're renting, I'm not able to perform those duties for you. But if you are a homeowner, and I might as well go ahead and spit it. We are operating between 33rd Street and 35th Street,
Yes.
between Highland and Wayne. So just one block. We're going to rock the block. If you are in that area, or if you're not sure, if you go to our flyer on the website, it literally has a Google map. You can see whether or not you're inside of that boundary. I would love to include you. If we have not met or spoke about a minor home repair that you need, please follow up with us, because if we can include you by May the 12th, I very much would like to submit that application on your behalf.
Yeah. So you guys, if you're within that limit or that range, the housing area, definitely apply. If you know that you need some stuff to fix on your home and you've been wondering when and how, this is the answer, right? A lot of times we don't have because we don't know, or we don't
Yes,
have because we don't ask, right?
yes,
So
yes,
go to Front Porch Alliance to be able to look at their minor homes program, but don't just stop there, but look also at all the services that they have. I mean, they're
yes.
doing some great things in the community, and I just want to say thank you for all that you guys are doing. And lastly, because I know we don't have much time, because I want to be respectful of time, but share with us once again how volunteers, how many volunteers you need again, how they can connect and sign up, because I think this is great for other organizations to come alongside Front Porch Alliance. So you can definitely count on Exceeds Expectations to come alongside and help where needed. But share with us how many volunteers you guys are needing and where we can sign up again.
Awesome. We are calling for 50 plus volunteers on June the 24th to assist us in our Rock the Block event as a partnership with Habitat for Humanity. If you would like to volunteer, or if you would like to look and see if you may make application as a homeowner, you can go to www.frontporchalliance.org. And if you look into our event space, or in our community connection space rather, you'll be able to find the link to our Rock the Block event. And also just how to volunteer in general for any program that we have, because all of our programs are volunteer driven. And also just to engage in the conversation. Perhaps you just know you want to volunteer. You didn't know that it was Front Porch Alliance, or you didn't know how. You just know that you had time and a willingness to serve. We would love to just start that conversation with you, and because I know that we've saved a place for you.
Awesome. And then Donald, how can we get in touch with you?
Yes, you can reach me by contacting our office at 816-921-8812. And if you just ask for me, or just community connections, or just the thing you want, somebody said something about minor home repairs, they'll know who it is, and they'll be sure that we're able to connect and have that conversation. But we're absolutely open to serve anybody who is in need. And as long as, things line up and we're able to, we definitely will.
Well, thank you so much, Donald, for enlightening us on who is Front Porch Alliance. And so we appreciate all that you guys are doing in the community. And let me tell you guys, I just love when I hear other organizations just being a wealth of not only knowledge, but of resource in the community for families. I think that's the goal for all of us, to strengthen not only individuals, but families. So then that way we can make our community much stronger. And so before we go, and we'll end here, Donald,
can I call a timeout?
Yeah, call a timeout.
Yeah, I brought all these flowers for you too. So I'm just going to hand them to you. You trying to run out the door before I give you your props and your kudos for what you are doing and what your organization team is doing. Just in our meeting, in our conversation, I think we almost had what they call a come to Jesus moment. Almost ended up a very personal thing. Like, you know what? I need Exceeds Expectations. Never mind how I can connect it. So just thank you for what you're doing to empower, empower just being such a key word. Thank you for what you're doing to empower people in this community to create the lives that they want, and giving them tools, giving them confidence, just holistically addressing some of those things that are most central to our living experience, like finances. And, I just wanted to make sure that you knew how much we appreciate you and how much we look forward to being your partner in the future.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. And that was empowering within itself. So also give us an empowering word message to, for everybody that's listening for this week. And then we'll end there.
Ooh, freestyle. Said I could do it.
You said you like using your voice.
I said I could do it. Put me on. I tell you what, whether or not you think you can, or whether or not you think you can't, you're right.
Wow. That's a mouthful right there. One more time, and then we out.
Yeah. Whether you think that you can, or you think that you cannot, you're right.
Wow. Well, there you go. You have everything you need in order to succeed on this week. You guys be blessed on this week, and we'll see you on the second Monday of May. You guys have a great week.
Have a great week, everyone.